Hello. We're streaming again, but without Boo this time. So I'm lonely again.
Hey guys, it's Megan, and in today's video, I'll be showing you how to start an art journal and a few prompts to help you get started. But before we jump into it, I'd like to give a quick shout out to today's video sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes for creative and curious people. They have classes on all sorts of topics, like illustration, graphic design, photography, animation, and more. Skillshare classes are a great way to keep yourself occupied during your free time. It's less than $10 per month with an annual subscription. I just took a class called Drawing with Self-Discovery, 5 Ways to Start by Marie Andrew. This class discusses using art to express your emotions, and she gives a few different suggestions for ways that you can accomplish this. A quote from the class that I really liked was she said, "Art is a way that you can process what's going on, and therefore you take control of your own story." She gives 5 different prompts in class, which would be perfect for your sketchbook or art journal. If you're looking for inspiration, the first 1,000 people to click the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare's premium membership. So with all that being said, let's just get into the video. To start an art journal, all you really need is an empty notebook. It can be a composition book, a notebook, a sketchbook, or even a real book. It's completely up to you. I use this sketchbook from Arteza. You'll also need some supplies to decorate your pages. These are just suggestions, and you definitely don't need all of these. I like to keep my art journal pretty simple. I use Crayola Supertip markers and colored pens as my main writing utensils. This is also a great opportunity to use up things like paper scraps, washi tape, and stickers. I use plenty of recycled materials too, like magazine clippings and paper shopping bags. I also like to print things out to stick in my journal. Sometimes I'll use my normal printer, and other times I'll use my Pro Memo or my HP PhotoSmart printers. The pages you include in your art journal will depend on what your goals for it is. Personally, my goals for this journal were to use up some of my excess craft supplies and to write down things that I want to remember. The main thing that I've been using this journal for is to plan projects. I don't know why, but it seems like during the winter I always get the urge to crochet something. And I was getting a bunch of these DIY Harry Styles cardigan videos on my For You page on TikTok, and I decided that that would be my crochet project this year. Which apparently this was a trend in July, but I totally missed that. And to be honest, I really don't have time for this, and I'll be really impressed if I finish it before the end of winter. But the pattern that I'm using actually doesn't look that hard. I'll link the pattern that I'm basing my cardigan on down below. I did change a couple things though, which is why it was helpful to plan it out in my journal. In the pattern, there are 3 types of squares, but I'm lazy, so I'm just using the same pattern for all of them. And the houndstooth square looked way too complicated, so I just got this multicolored yarn to use instead. I'm using different colors than the original, and I used a hook that was one size bigger than the pattern called for, since the pattern was made by someone who's 5'2" and I'm 5'7", so I wanted to make it a little bit longer, if that makes sense. This idea is actually something that you could use to develop an entire notebook. You could take a picture of and write instructions for all the projects that you make during the year. It would be like your own little craft book. I think that would be a really cool thing to have to look back on. I ended up planning out where I wanted each square to go, so I know how many I need to make from each color. I also included a picture of the original cardigan and a QR code that links to the tutorial. I continued writing out the pattern on the next 2 pages and left some space at the bottom to add pictures when I finished. I wrote down when I started the project, and I put a space to put when I finished. And here's how those pages turned out. This has been great to use as a reference. I finished 4 squares so far, so, only 43 more to go. Let me know in the comments, do you know how to knit or crochet? I can do both, but I like crocheting better. I think it's a lot easier. Another fun way to fill your art journal is by making some film journal pages. After you finish watching a movie or TV show, you can write about it in your journal. I just finished watching the new Babysitter's Club adaptation on Netflix. These were my favorite books growing up. I would always go to the thrift store with my grandma like all the time, and I would always pick them up if I saw them. I'm still kind of mad that I never got to read them all though. To decorate the page, I used some ripped up paper and printed out some images from the show. I learned that apparently you can't take screenshots of anything on Netflix. Like if you try, it'll just show up as a black box. And I mean, I get why they did that, but like Netflix, it was not that deep. I just wanted to like save a picture of one of Claudia's outfits. Some things you could write about are the main cast, the release date, what rating you'd give it, a plot summary, and what you thought about it. I just wrote down notes on my phone while I was watching it, and I picked out a few to include. Basically, Claudia is still a fashion icon. I loved her Free People jacket. It's reversible. There's this website called wornontv.net, and it will tell you where different TV characters got their clothes. So that's how like I knew where the jacket was from. And it was sold out everywhere, but I hunted it down and I bought it and I love it. Also, they threw the original Dawn like completely out the window, but I kind of like what they did with her actually. And I thought that Alicia Silverstone was a great choice as Chris' mom. I appreciated all the clueless references that they threw in there. My only like minor complaint is that Karen doesn't have her glasses, which like neither does Mallory. And obviously they changed the plot like quite a bit, but they added in like so many more minor details like that, like Christy in the director's chair with the visor and everything. Like it just seems weird that they leave that out because that was like a big part of the books. I added some quotes from the show as well. And another thing that you can add if you're doing an older show or movie is any like fun facts that you can find about like the filming or anything like that. You can also find the soundtrack to a lot of different shows and movies on Spotify. I printed out a Spotify code to put at the bottom. This is another idea that you could use to fill up an entire notebook. If you look at Film Journal on TikTok, you can find a ton of inspiration. So here's how the finished page turned out. Leave me your TV or movie recommendations down below. This is a ballad. Way down here before you go to Arizona's Secretary of State. I know, you probably think that zoning for our chief election officer is time consuming and unnecessary, like reading the entire Cheesecake Factory menu. But you'd be wrong. Leave me your TV or movie recommendations below. The third thing I like to include in my art journal is recipes. Especially with the holidays coming up, I've been helping my mom with a lot of baking, and this is a great way to document what you make. I usually don't get this fancy with it. Normally I just take a picture of the recipe and paste it in. But since this was for a video, I decided to make it a little fancier. Over the weekend, I made oatmeal cookies. I drew out all the ingredients on a separate sheet of paper and lined them with my Ohuhu fine liners. I colored everything in with my Ohuhu brush markers and added details with a white gel pen. And I was almost done, but Millie decided that she needed to help me. This girl has been getting into all sorts of trouble lately. I guess she's just like, if she climbs up here, she'll get my attention. I mean, love her, but girl, get down. I drew a picture of the finished cookies and wrote out the recipe on another sheet of paper. To put everything together, I glued a piece of hand construction paper to the background. I glued the recipe to the center of the page and surrounded it with my drawings. Something that I like to do is use a little magazine to catch any extra glue when I'm sticking things on like this. Whenever the page gets too gross, I just rip it off and use the page behind it. So here's how the finished page turned out. Again, this is another idea that you could use to fill an entire notebook. You can illustrate your favorite recipes, or add one in each time you make something new. One of the easiest ways to fill up your sketchbook or art journal is by designing a page around an inspirational quote. You can pick something that relates to whatever you're going through at the time, or just something that you like. I cut a pink piece of paper with those wavy scissors for the quote. I'm always looking for a chance to use up my paper scraps, so I ripped up a paper bag and some book pages for the background. I honestly don't have the best handwriting, but I just purchased this sticker book from Amazon. It was $8 on Prime Day, and I think it would make a really great gift for any like crafty people in your life. This book is filled with all sorts of vintage-inspired stickers, including some leather stickers in the back. I chose the quote, "Done is better than perfect." I forget where I first saw this, but it really resonated with me. I tend to get caught up in the little details of a project, and I'll keep making changes because I think that it could be better. But the problem with that is that really struggled to think of anything that I wanted because I really don't need anything. So this year, my list includes some new Doc Martens because the ones that I have are super busted up. I got these maybe like 5 years ago, maybe more, I don't know. I wore them to work like every day for 3 years and they have been through a lot. I had to duct tape the tongue back on because it ripped and they have a few holes in them. And the reason that I haven't gotten new ones is because like they're popular now, so now they're more expensive, which is kind of annoying. I also asked for a pair of Birkenstocks because they sell them at Cabela's, and my parents have one of those credit cards that's like whenever you spend money, you get like points to spend at Cabela's. Then I put crew socks to kind of go with the boots. I bought a swing to put in my room like 3 years ago, and I never got it put up, so I asked for a kit to help hang it. And I also put these folding shelf brackets on there because I thought it would be cool to make like a folding table for an extra work surface in my craft room. The last two things on the list are a sewing machine cover, some new pillows because the ones that I have right now are gross, and season 6 of The Nanny on DVD since I have all the other seasons. I love having stuff like this to look back on to see what you were interested in during a particular year. If you're watching this video like not around Christmas or if you don't celebrate it, you could do a page of things that you want to save up for. Or do a page about what you'd buy if you like won the lottery or something. Let me know what's on your Christmas list. So that was everything for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And again, thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Don't forget, the first 1,000 people to click the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos just like this one. My merch, my website, and all of my social media will be linked down below. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye! This is Avocado. Grow your own fresh herbs, heirloom veggies, and more. Up to 5 times faster. It's easier and fresher than the supermarket. It's how you grow and grow more every day.
My name is Peggy, and I am a former Republican. The way that, I guess, the extremists to me are trying to undermine the election, undermine the results, and attacking people who are legitimately elected. That really concerns me. I believe everyone needs to wholeheartedly believe that their vote is actually voting for who they want represented for themselves, that it should not be politicized.
Hey guys, it's Megan, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing my third active sketch tour. So here's the cover, and for this, what I did was I just took some pink, blue, and yellow paint. I put on like super thick, and then I took a paintbrush and kind of like zigzagged it through there. Then I wrote hearts on the top. And when you open up the sketchbook, here's what the first page looks like. So over here, we just have this little pocket that I made out of scrapbook paper and this sticker that I got from Redbubble, which I forget whose shop I got it from, but I will put the name on the screen right now. And in the pocket, I have this little butterfly sticker that I actually made. You'll see this specific design later in my sketchbook, and this is available on my Teespring store. And I also have, I don't even know what's in here, honestly, this little like thing that I drew randomly. I doodled it on a piece of paper when I was in a meeting, and I just put it in there. This is the little thing for my intro. I don't know why that's in there. And a little bubble. I don't know why that's in there either. We're all just going to be surprised. And up here, I just wrote my name with some letter stickers. For the first page, I just did the frames, which I need to put the ending date, which was technically September 2020. You can see I'm not one of those people that draws every single day. Clearly, it's just a little doodle of me, a little thing that says create, and I go to the sketchbook, which you can pause create if you want to. On this page, I made my 2019 playlist, and these stickers I made, and I have tutorials for a lot of this stuff, so anytime there's like the tutorial related to it, I'll just put it in the eye. All my favorite songs for each month in 2019. I drew a little laptop, and I wrote Switch, Mother, Father, which I still do a lot of people doing. I always really need to make this perfect, and like no one's gonna notice. I don't know if that makes sense, but I did this marble thing with washable markers, and then I went over it with a wet paintbrush, and I really like how that turned out. Some of this stuff is kind of out of order just because I just glued in random stuff. These two things I did with rubber cement. So for this one, I was more loose with it. I just like took the rubber cement and ripped it on to make these little flowers. and then I went over it with a pasta pen. And on this page, I painted the rubber cement on to make this design. Then I filled in the section, peeled off the rubber cement. On this page, I have this little coloring page that actually Bailey J made this, and I colored this like I don't know a couple years ago. Put some tissue paper on the background and put that on top. And this game has got tissue paper.
No.
She's a detective.
9.
Near the house.
I have no eyes for anyone, but
Inside the house.
perhaps I should write that down. No lies.
Tata Timothy.
Seems our cases are connected.
Tis I. Tis not I. And this over here was my 2019 Christmas list. Although I'm really sad because look, I dented my hydro flask the other day. I don't know like what I was doing, but I dropped it, so rip. But at least it's on the back. Good. On this next page, I have this like, Christmas doodles type thing. So this one did this like little typewriter on a grocery bag. This is from a Mary Kate and Ashley Christmas song. I don't know why the song was stuck in my head, but it was. And on this page, I painted this tree. It's cute. I like it. Not much to say about it. My sister got me some Swedish fish candy canes for Christmas, and it had this sticker on it. So I just drew these two girls, and then I drew some Swedish fish. On the next page, I drew some of my most used art supplies. The Ohuhu markers, Winsor & Newton Pro markers, this Pentel eraser, micron pen, Prismacolors, pencils, pop pen, and a white gel pen. This one was just like I slapped some leftover paint on there, and I just did a floral doodle on top. Have you guys ever seen those things where you can like, oh, email this company and they'll send you free stickers? That's what these are. I just emailed a bunch of random companies one time because I was bored, and I got sent a bunch of stickers. On these two pages, I was trying to plan out what I was going to do on my whiteboard wall in my room, which if you guys have seen those videos, I'm going to do this one. On this page, I was testing out my foam memo printer. This page was another sketchbook idea. And what I did was I drew my window. And this was before I painted my bathroom, my window, and then the view outside of my window. So like my backyard. I didn't really do anything on the bathroom window because I was too busy. Oh, this page, I actually really like this page. This I was practicing to do my cabinet in my room because as you can probably tell, this was kind of like around the time of my room makeovers. This was just some leftover paint that I had, and I made these little flowers. They were inspired by YouTube, TikTok, and kind of practicing those. Apparently, it was already Easter by this point, so really, I did not do a ton of drawing between Christmas and Easter. So on this page, I did that lightning bolt thing, and this page next to it was the design for that sticker. This was a paint by number that I made in one of my Things to Do in the Board videos. I forget the name of the website right now, but I will put it at the bottom of the screen in case you ever want to make your own paint by number. On this page, I did this like girl as a fairy. I don't know, her face is kind of messed up. This page was flowers that I cut out from magazines. I just doodled all over the top of it. I think this is a walrus. Found this other website, which again, I'll put it on the screen. I'm forgetting the name right now. That was one of the references. The rest of the page, I have these dried flowers and then a black page, contact paper, and to the top, and I stuck it in there. This is a DIY sun print. I took a piece of construction paper and I put random stuff on it, put it outside, let it sit in the sun for a couple hours, and then once you like take the stuff off of the construction paper, it leaves print. And on top of that are these leaf rubbings, which you just put a leaf, put a piece of paper on top, color over the paper with a leaf under it. This is a mess, to be honest, but we have permits talking on the phone, random paint swatches, this thing from my dad's GoPro, and dried flowers, and my little thing from my hydro flask. Over here, I just have random stuff. I made a stop motion intro. Oh, my Twitter got hacked, so like maybe don't follow that Twitter because I don't know, some like person knows it now. Again, more random stuff. These next couple pages, I'm just going to go through them and play music while I'm going through them. And if you want to know how to draw any of this stuff, you can just pause the video. That was a fun video. On the next page, this is just a little tie-dye painting that I did. And over here we have a superhero giraffe. And this I drew from that one app, which I'm forgetting the names of everything today. So again, I'll just put the name on the screen, but he's cute. Here's some more of those KT canvases inspired flowers. And this drawing that I did, the background was just some random paint. This is where I actually started to develop this new style. The next couple of these type of drawings are a little bit rough, but I think I figured it out towards the end, you know. More flowers. This was a Powerpuff Girl and a vampire, which was another prompt from that. Some more random stuff on that page. This is what I'm talking about when I said it was a little bit rough, so we're just gonna ignore that one. But on the page beside it, there's random things that I bought during quarantine. And this is another one, but then after that, they got better, I promise. On this page, I planned out what I wanted to do for my craft kit because my dad said that he'd help me do paint and that he'd help me like put up some pegboards and stuff. So I'll insert a clip of what that looks like now. I didn't film this though because it's just putting up pegboards and painting. It wasn't super involved. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. It's nice though. I like pegboards. The thing is, to these drawings on the back of the pages, they were done a couple months after the ones on the front of the pages, so that's why they look different. Because I just do the front and then I'll go back and do the back later. This is when I finally found out the style that I wanted to go for and actually how to do it. If that makes sense. I did scrapbook paper for the background because I have so much scrapbook paper and I just need to use it. So that is what I did. This was, I think, the prompt that I came up with for this one was a girl inspired by a flower. So I did lavender and switched to some lavender on the shirt, which I have a shirt that's really similar to this. These pants, which I also have, and a bucket hat, which I don't have any bucket hats because I look ridiculous in hats, but they're cute on other people. I did this girl, and she just has, again, scrapbook paper for the background, cactus stickers, because I just had these stickers or scrapbook paper to make the little shelves. Here, I actually really like this idea. I kind of want to do more of this in my next sketchbook, but the idea was to just kind of like draw out a day in your life. Oh yes, this is like one of my favorite videos. Starting out on the left, I did this girl. I don't know, she's cute. It's like kind of a more different facial expression. I just did scrapbook paper in the background, a different scrapbook paper for the floor. You can discuss. I have a lot of scrapbook paper, and this one is my favorite page. The prompt for this one was to design a magazine cover, and this was right in the middle of quarantine, so I made a magazine called Quarantine Vogue. I took a picture of myself with the bleach sweatshirt, drew it. It's cute.
I'm Dr. Raul Ruiz, and I approve this message. When the Supreme Court repealed Roe v. Wade, it allowed states to ban abortion under any circumstances, even when a woman's life or health is threatened. That's cruel and dangerous. We cannot allow politicians to take away a woman's right to control her own body, her life, or her future. I will always oppose any attempt to restrict a woman's freedom. As a doctor, I took an oath to protect your health. That's true in the hospital and in Congress.
Boom! I was able to boost my credit score 21 points using Experian Boost.
I boosted my credit score with Experian Boost, and it was free.
Experian Boost has helped millions of people. How can it help you? Boost your credit scores instantly, free. Go to Experian.com/boost now.
The bleach sweatshirt, drew it. It's cute. I like it. Another person that I drew in that same style, and she's reading a book, and then I ripped up some book pages. This is a book that I use specifically for art project whenever I just need random book pages. I forget when I did this, maybe last year. The thing that I put in the VHS organizer that I made, this was what I had in there originally, but I made a new one to match my room more, so I just glued it in there. These two pages, I actually really like this one too, and I think this is a really good way to practice hands. And what I did was I wrote the word create, but I did it in sign language. On this page is another one of those girls. This page I did with markers, actually. This is all markers. The dog and the balloons were done on watercolor paper, which is why they're a little bit smoother than the background, which is just this mixed with comes in here. You drew it and then smeared the marker with water. I have this picture of a girl drinking coffee. I actually really like this one too. It's these sunglasses, and then I painted waves inside of them, and like this little dolphin. And it's supposed to look like they're sitting in the sand. This picture, again, same thing. For like alcohol-based markers, I mostly use Fuji markers now. I actually think this came out looking okay. Some people said the shoulders were too big, which I guess, but like girls can have big shoulders. This took me so long to do, as opposed to something like this. I had to do the marker under it, and I had to mess around with the colored pencils. I kept messing it up. I'm definitely leaning more towards this type of style because something like this is so much easier to draw than something like this. Easier to color, I should say, not really draw. Then I drew this girl, and she's just paper girl that I drew on another piece of paper, and here's there. Ooh, this girl was looking a little bit rough. This is where I still was doing marker and the colored pencil over it. Also, there's like so many pieces missing from that bike, but I like the background. It stands nice. This one I actually don't really like. I just put it in anyways. The background is just nice. The prompt for this one was to make a like person inspired by a flavor of ice cream. So I did the flavor of chocolate chip. This girl I think is my favorite out of all of them that I did. And the background is again scrapbook paper. I feel like you could probably count the number of times I said that in this video because it's probably going to be a lot. And I just took a picture of the sunset on my phone, and then I painted it. On this page, I drew a hydro flask. I can't explain why I do things. Sometimes I always do them, but I thought this would be a kind of cute way to use up some of my stickers that I have because I was one of those children that hoarded stickers. As you can see, I have this strawberry shortcake sticker, which I would assume would be from about like 2003-ish, which was a while ago, and the SpongeBob sticker, which I don't know when this came from. On this next page, I actually really like how this one turned out too. This was from another one of those apps. I think the prompt was the teacher, with the person on FaceTime, and this one's wearing a mask. Although I'm kind of mad because technically the skin tone of the hand should be the same skin tone as the girl in the little box, not the one in the big box, because that's how FaceTime works. But I forgot. And actually, one of you guys suggested this to me, and I had so much fun doing it. It was a plastic wrap. So what I did was I squeezed paint out on the page, put a piece of plastic wrap on top of it, and smushed all the paint down. And that's what I was left with. And I actually think that it looks kind of nice. Oh yeah, this is the last page actually. This was, I don't even know what made me think of this, but it's a girl wearing a mask and she's like working somewhere. I don't know, probably at a movie theater because that's where I used to work. And the customers would always tell me to smile more. And it was always very irritating. That really did not make me want to smile more. People tell you to do it. And I was just thinking, I really could have used a freaking mask whenever I worked at the movie theater. If you cover her mouth, you can see like this kind of roll in her eyes because people are idiots. They do a little smile on the mask, and I don't know why the background is rainbow. It just happened that way. So then I did clouds to show how she's like annoyed. Finally, on the very last page, I have this girl, and again, scrapbook paper, drawings. Not much to explain there. That I have this other pocket, and I just don't have anything in it. I used to have marker swatches in it, but I keep those on my bulletin board now. So if that was everything in my sketchbook, if you made it this far into the video, let me know which piece was your favorite. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos just like this one. My merch, my website, and all my social media will be linked down below. I love you guys so much. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
My name is Dolores, and I am a lifelong Republican. The dangers that I see associated with all of the election deniers is it makes people think that our elections aren't safe, and that is the bedrock of our democracy. Free elections, the transition of power, the transition of office, and those are the things that we must protect.
guys, it's Megan, and today I'm back with another 5 ways to play your sketchbook video. In this episode, we're going to be doing a TV/movie theme. I don't know about you guys, but I've definitely watched way more TV over the past year than I have in a very long time. You guys know how I feel about long intros, so let's just get into it. The first idea that I have for you guys is to draw the set of a TV show. I chose to draw the living room set from Full House. The process for most of the drawings in this video was the same. I start out by sketching my drawing with a Faber-Castell color erase pencil in the color Carmine red. Then I outline the drawing with my Ohuhu fine line. For this particular drawing, I used a ruler to help me with some of the walls and furniture, since architectural drawings like this need to be a little bit more precise. Once everything's outlined, I go ahead and erase any pencil left over and color the drawing with my Ohuhu brush markers. Full House was one of my favorite shows to watch growing up. My family didn't get cable until I was in like 7th grade, but my mom was always willing to buy like VHS and DVDs. I forget exactly how I got into this show, but I think it was one of those things like, oh, you like Mary Kate and Ashley, so you'll like this. I was rewatching it on Hulu as sort of background noise before I go to sleep, and it's like insane to me that when I first started watching this show, I was closer to Stephanie's age, and now I'm closer to Uncle Jesse's age. Since this is just a drawing, and it took kind of a while to color it, I did leave out a few details. Like, none of the frames actually have pictures in them, and the rug under the couch was supposed to have flowers on it, but I did not feel like drawing them. Let me know in the comments. If you've seen it, who's your favorite character from Full House? My favorite was probably always Stephanie. So here's how the finished page turned out. Even though it's not super detailed, I think you can still look at it and tell like, oh hey, that's from Full House. Hopefully. I don't know. I do think that it's a little bit strange that like Danny had this high paying job and like all these people and pets in his house, and yet he had the same couch for like 30 years. But on the other hand, with as much as he cleaned, I'm sure it was in good condition.
That's pretty.
Next idea that I have for you guys is to draw a live action series of the cartoon. I chose to draw the main characters in the Babysitter's Club reboot on Netflix. This was another one of my favorite series growing up. These books were always something that I looked for when I went to church with my grandma. That was like our thing to do on Saturday mornings. I had also found VHS tapes with the original TV series at one point, which originally aired on HBO in 1990. And of course, there was also the movie that came out in 1995. I wasn't gonna watch this version of it, but I figured, you know what, it's 2020, I'm not going anywhere, so I can spend $10 on Netflix. And I'm actually glad that I did. I thought they did a pretty good job at updating the series, even if it was a bit, like, preachy at some points, I guess. I loved Claudia's outfits. Definitely how I dressed by places to go. I literally bought the jacket that the actress wore in this photo. It is my favorite thing ever. Like, I love this, and it's reversible. It's amazing. I've had a ton of requests for a tutorial on how to draw people in this style. And don't worry, I didn't forget. I'm just trying to figure out like how to explain it. The thing about drawing is that I'm always experimenting, and things don't always go exactly how I planned. That's why I don't do a ton of drawing tutorials. The coloring is easy to explain, but for the sketch, I kind of just look at the picture and draw what I see. There's generally a decent amount of erasing involved too, which is one of the reasons that I don't usually sketch on camera. I usually pick 2 or 3 colors for the skin. I start with the lightest color and add the darker color on the nose and the cheeks. I have darker shadows with a light purple. For the lips, what I found to work best is outlining the teeth / the middle of the mouth, but not outlining the actual lips, if that makes sense. I'll also add highlights to the eyes and a few parts of the face with a white gel pen. Like I said, a tutorial's coming, I just have to figure out how to explain it. Another thing that I've started doing is using different colored fine liners for some characters' eyebrows. If they have blonde or lighter colored hair, I'll do the outline of the eyebrows in brown instead of black. I also try to vary the thickness of my lines when outlining my drawings. I'll go over it with a fine liner first, then go in with a thicker fine liner in a couple places. As you can see, I kind of messed up the shading on Marianne. I picked up the wrong marker and I didn't even think about it, but otherwise I think they look alright. Again, since this is supposed to be more of a cartoon style, I left out some of the details. Like Claudia's jacket, that thing is insanely detailed. And the logo on Christy's shirt, I conveniently left that off. I just filled in the background with a purple marker. I think I'm going to stick to painting the backgrounds from now on like I usually do, since the marker can look kind of splotchy when filling in larger areas. But here's how the finished page turned out. Let me know in the comments. What's your favorite streaming service? I think my favorite is probably Hulu. I also just got Discovery Plus, and I like that too. I got them both for free with my phone plan though. I don't know if I'd really pay for them every month. The next idea that I have for you guys is to create a page inspired by a quote from a show or movie. This quote is technically from a song, but that song's from a movie, so we're just gonna let it slide. The song and the movie are both called My Girl. This movie was released in 1991. It's about an 11-year-old girl who lives with her father, a funeral director, in a funeral home. I saw this movie for the first time at summer camp when I was like 8. And I remember it was raining really hard outside, and I guess they must have too much run out of kids for us to do. They never let us watch movies. The main character's name is Beta. And I always thought that was such a pretty name. If I ever have kids, if I have a daughter, I would totally name her that because it's kind of original. I went to a pretty small school, and there were like 4 other Megans in my grade at one point. Like, don't get me wrong, I like my name, but I literally went to school with a girl named Megan Wells. It was a little bit annoying because people would always be like, which one are you? Anyways, I thought it was interesting that a big part of the plot is that Beta loses her mood ring. And the movie is set in 1972, but apparently mood rings weren't invented until 1975. For this page, I initially covered the middle of the sun with my Ohuhu markers. I taped off the rays of the sun with washi tape and taped off the areas around the circle too. When I started painting, I realized that the paint colors I chose didn't really go with the marker. So I painted over that with some light yellow. Thankfully, I could still see the words through it, so I just traced back over them with a black Posca pen. Once that all dried, I removed the tape, and that was it. This was definitely an easier page, but I really liked the way it turned out. This is definitely something that I could see like hanging on TV. Idea number 4 is to design merch for a TV show or movie. Sometimes I'll be watching something and I'll think like, wow, they could make a lot of money if they sold that. The show that I chose to make merch for was Roseanne/The Connors. And I don't know why all the shows that I picked for this video are from like 30 plus years ago, or they're reboots. But probably because literally everything's a reboot now. I could probably count on one hand the number of shows that I've watched, in the past couple of years that aren't reboots. I mean, besides reality shows, but they don't really lend themselves super well to these drawing prompts. Now, I know that a lot of people don't like Roseanne as a person, and all I'm going to say about that is that she's definitely not the classiest. But we'll say that this is merch for the Connors, since that is currently on TV. And the merch that I designed was this sweater that's inspired by the Afghan on their couch. Which honestly, I didn't exactly design this because I've seen a bunch of people make crocheted sweaters out of granny squares on TikTok. But I'd love to find one for a reasonable price because I frankly do not have the time. Like, I still need to finish the Harry Styles cardigan. I guess this must have been a popular crochet pattern at some point because my grandma also has this exact same Afghan on her couch. One of my favorite things about Roseanne or the Connors is that I can, like, watch the show and just pick out random things that either me or someone else told me about. In season 5 of Roseanne, there's a dish towel hanging in the kitchen window, so that would have been in about 1992. And my mom still has and uses this exact same dish towel. And in the Connors, there's a scene where Becky's doing laundry, and I have the exact same laundry basket. And they also have the same dishes that my grandma has. I don't know, it's kind of stupid, but I always like looking for little things like that. Coloring this definitely took a while, since I needed a bunch of different colors for each square. The girl that I drew is just a random person. I just googled girl wearing a sweater and based her off of that. I filled in the background with acrylic paint this time. I guess that's a part of my style. I color this stuff in the foreground with alcohol markers and just paint for the background. I feel like people always talk a lot about finding your quote-unquote art style, and as someone who's been drawing for a couple years now, I found that my style has evolved quite a bit. It took a lot of experimenting to find a consistent way that I like to draw. If you go back to some of my first sketchbook videos, I honestly had no idea what I was doing. I mean, okay, so let's be real, I still have no idea what I'm doing, but I try. I just did some super simple clouds in the background, and that was it. Let me know in the comments, do you know how to knit or crochet? I almost have all the squares done for my Harry Styles cardigan. I took a long break because I kind of ran out of yarn, but I finally got one, so I promise I will post a picture of it somewhere when it's done. The last idea that I have for you guys is to do a film journal page. A film journal is kind of like a book of movie reviews. People generally print out pictures related to the film, write what they thought about it, some trivia, quotes, and anything else they can think of. I did not do a film, I actually did a show I recently watched called Country Brewster. I heard they were doing a reboot of this show because, you know, they gotta reboot everything now. And I had only ever seen a few episodes of the original. The original show and the reboot can both be watched for free on Peacock. And I will say it's a pretty good show. I mean, it's a bit outdated. It's kind of fun for me to watch older stuff like this because I like spotting all the ways that country would be canceled in 2021, which I don't know what that says about me, but it's been a long year. This show stars Celine and Pat as a young girl abandoned by her mother in a shopping center, and George James as her foster parent. This show can be kind of sad at times, but it's funny too. They covered quite a few serious topics, and I thought that they did a good job making situations realistic, but not too depressing. I will say though, the last episode was kind of a disappointment. It was one of those flashback episodes where they just reuse like clips from older episodes. And apparently that wasn't supposed to be the last episode, but production was stopped early due to the 1988 Writers Guild of America strike. As for the actual page, it honestly did not turn out great. Like, if I did this again, I would make the images bigger, but my camera was running out. So that was everything for this video. Let me know in the comments which page was your favorite. I think my favorite was the design merch for a TV show page. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos just like this one. My merch, my website, and all of my
former Republican, the way that I guess the extremists to me are trying to undermine the election, undermine the results, and attacking people who are legitimately elected. That really concerns me. I believe everyone needs to work hard to create that their vote is actually voting for who they want represented for themselves, that it should not be politicized.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Skincare is all about professional perfection because perfection doesn't exist. There's something really different about skincare routines on TikTok versus on YouTube. YouTube I feel is very personal, something educational, but on TikTok it's all about the show. It's all about the craziness behind the routine, and then sometimes it's just some really questionable stuff on there. So I thought today we could just relax a bit. It's nearly Christmas, we just want to relax and take a look at some skincare routines over on TikTok. Some interesting, some not so interesting, some just like, oh, okay, you know. Okay, let's have a look with this one. I was tagged non-stop in Celine's content. I haven't seen this one in particular, so I hope it's as interesting as the others, but let's have a look. Double cleanse, fine. Ooh, oh no. I just pulled it there quick. I have a real issue about the top of my cleansing balm. Like, it needs to be smooth. Like, I'm not digging holes in it. I'm definitely not going around the edge and leaving the middle. It's just the thing for me. It's like butter. No crumbs in the butter. Even top. You know, I hate digging at stuff. But fine. Okay, so triple cleanse could be drying for a lot of people. Iris, I see these irises a lot, and I really want to know if they're actually good. If they can damage your eyes if you're using too much treatment. If you need to rinse your eyes, I don't know. So she's done a triple cleanse, iris, now she's doing, oh, she did like a, I thought it was going to be a peel off mask, but it's not. Usually these kind of black masks, they usually peel off, or they also like blackhead masks. That you put over your skin, and then you kind of the ones that you wipe away. What they usually do is they contain a really tiny bit of BHA in it, or they kind of make your skin feel, they have like menthol in, so they kind of make your skin feel like all your pores are being tighter. Sometimes you do have activated charcoal in as well, or clay, so they give you the appearance of tighter looking pores, almost like a clay mask that never dries. So it does give you the appearance of small looking pores, and now I can see she's extracting herself at home, which is not recommended. Because it's very gentle with it. Rehydrating with water, perfect. Now another mask. Okay, fine. Extravagant. Sheet masks to me are just a hydrating step. Sure, they've got serums in that can do different things, but the things with these serums is you can't just use them once and then it'd be like a, there we go, I'm done. Like, say it's got a vitamin C in it. You can't just use it once and be like, there's my vitamin C serum, you know. To see the results of the mask, you have to use them for at least a month. So one mask a day for a month. And it kind of like, you know, I would just go for the hydrating benefits of a sheet mask. And now she's removing nose hair, which is something I do weekly, every other day, if not. Another serum, nice, fine. I can't really see what any of these products are. An eye cream, a little eye massage, absolutely fine. Moisturizer, again, fine. I think that's the more watery version of the Linnair one, the more hydrating. So this is a really like hydrating routine. Another outfit and an eye mask. I love these. I have a lot of these, but they heat your eyes when you go to bed. Really, really nice in winter. But when like you stick your head, I like to see with a bit of cold in the room, so I like to cover up, head out of the duvet, then have some warm on my eyes. That was not as extravagant as a lot of her other routines. And whilst it looks like there was a lot of product there was. She probably didn't need to triple cleanse. As I said, it can be drying for a lot of people, especially in the colder months. A lot of masks going on there as well. It wasn't as bad. It's a lot of products. It doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It just means it's a little bit over the top. You probably don't need all those. But again, this isn't probably something she does every night. It's probably just for the fun of the spectacle of it. I really enjoy her profile just to look at the products that she's using, not necessarily what order she's doing them in or her whole routine. But I just love how relaxing they are as well. So here's one I was tagged in as well. This is a like a retalk. What's the kids call it? Like a repost from Huda Beauty's TikTok. I was tagging it. It might be crap. It might not be. Let's see. Teeth whitening strips. Love them. Best way to whiten your teeth. Always brush your teeth before you do your skincare so you can rinse away all the any suds from the toothpaste. Cleanser. Emulsifying, rinsing away. Second cleanser. Keep everything fine. What's that? And here's the eye rinse again. I kind of want to do this. Let me know if it's excessive or if it's bad. I don't know what that was. What was that? I mean, it looks like a peeling gel. Yeah, it's a peeling gel, okay. And then she's doing it on her hands as well. Okay. She's using a lot of these single-use packet kind of things. Wasteful. Not judging. Clay mask, hand mask. Vitamin C, probably. I mean, I wanted to say that was a clay mask, but it hasn't completely dried, or maybe she does just take it off before it's completely dried down, which isn't a bad thing to do. I personally do that as well. And then she's going back in and rehydrating with toner, which is a good thing to do after a clay-based mask. Serum on a pad, like a point mask. So this is one of those kind of three-step nose pore things that you see a lot, especially in Japanese beauty, where you have something on the nose that's meant to help open the pores, and you have the peel away thing that helps remove all the gunk inside, and then you have the third step, which is meant to close the pores. None of them really do that. None of them really do that at all. But the first one does kind of help release some crap through your skin, but it's usually just like a BHA-based thing. I don't completely hate peel-off masks, but they're not the best kind of thing. Then she went in with added her own step with a suction tool. I'm guessing this is a moisturizer. No, this is another mask. Okay, so this is one thing I have issue with. So she's using it's like a creamy mask, so it's going to be like a moisturizing, hydrating mask. And then she's put the eye patches on top of the mask, which doesn't make sense. These eye patches are soaked in like an eye serum, so you want that touching the skin, and you want this in a stage where you're not going to wipe anything off your skin or wash anything off your skin. So not only are the eye patches not making contact with the skin, therefore the serum probably not making contact with her under eyes, then being a waste of time, but she's now probably going to wipe away whatever was on her eye patch. And I'm guessing by looks of it, she's going to put a sheet mask over the top. Yeah. Again, kind of pointless, but I guess she's going to have that serum on there. It kind of acts as like this barrier to help the product settle into the skin a bit more. Kind of pointless, unless you have, those removable ones. This is like 2 steps in one, right? You can, 3 steps in one. The eye patches should be separate. The wash-off, wipe-off mask, which I presume is, should be separate. Your sheet mask and that kind of like sheet mask topper, whatever it's called, should be its own separate step as well. Again, it's good at helping like really settle into the skin, but these kind of products, in my opinion, wouldn't work well together for me at all.
How's it taste? So thin, crispy, and cheesy. And I just want to keep eating it. And eating it.
Snap, so good we ran out of cheese. The comic book take the weekend off in a week. Don't wait till Monday to get healthy meat now. Learn all we're available at Super Call 24/7. Get you to healthy meat right
That makes me feel weird. I hate water dripping down my arms when I'm at the sink when I'm washing my face. So purposely doing that makes me feel a bit like, well, just take all these off now. Oh, okay. Yeah, so now she's rinsing away what was left of that mask, rehydrating. She's now going to airbrush serum and toner. Whilst a nice idea, the thing is with serums is they are formulated in a specific way for a reason. So when it says 2 to 3 drops, you want 2 to 3 undiluted drops on your skin. The thing is with this airbrush tool now, which is mixing with, which I think is maybe a toner. You're misting it onto your face, so barely any of that is actually going to get onto your skin. So you're really not reaping the benefits of that serum, where you can just do like direct contact, you know? So it looks cute, probably not very beneficial at all. Your eye massage, fine, nice. What's next? Another serum? Another serum with a massagey type tool. Oh, okay, see, that's fine. Then a moisturizer, and then a neck cream to massage with. Oh, fine, seems nice. Arm and hand cream, fine. And I believe that's an eye massage tool. That was excessive. That was excessive. Some products were a bit of a waste as well, but again, I feel like this is a bit more of like the fanfare of the TikTok skincare routine. This is the thing with products is that the skincares, they are a science. You know, you do have to be a scientist to make them, and the dosage is very important with a lot of ingredients and how it contacts the skin as well. So doing things where you're literally obstructing the product and its ingredients from actually contacting your skin is kind of a waste of time and a waste of product and a waste of money, in my opinion. Let's look at this one.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Time to remove this. I know I say this a lot, but I've never been so excited to take off a makeup look. Let's go.
I've always wondered how people who do these amazing makeup looks get this stuff off their face and what the aftercare process is like, and you know how they, it must take ages.
When I tell you that these things are stuck on, like,
What do you say at the moment?
I genuinely don't know how to go about this. It's kind of satisfying though. Makeup ASMR.
Oh my god.
Okay, scraping them off is really painful. So instead, I'm gonna take a cleansing balm. I'm just gonna like massage it, hoping it gets in between all the rhinestones to loosen them up.
I need to know if her eyebrows are going to survive this. I need to, what were they put on with? How are they that stuck to the face? Eyebrows are fine.
Oh my gosh, did I show you my table? Wow. Well, I'm gonna go shower. Thank you for joining me.
I'm actually impressed by how unbothered her skin looked after. It'll be super interesting to know what she stuck those on with, because my skin would be a rosacea flushing mess. The barrier would be completely destroyed. I would have weeks, months of recovery after this of my skin. Is it, sometimes you have to sacrifice into a good and that was great. I was really worried about her eyebrows. I thought it, depending on what she stuck them on with, it could have destroyed her eyebrows. But it must be like an oil-soluble thing, right? Or oil-soluble glue. Is eyelash glue? Is eyelash glue? I don't know. That was terrifying. Be careful what you use to stick to your face. Obviously, something like eyelash glue, if you're going to do this kind of stuff, is not absolutely fine, but probably one of the better options because it's more latexy, so it kind of can peel away rather than stick, and then you have to rip off essentially just trying to remove the glue. I saw one with somebody using nail glue, and she's VR, and it's like the best in my life. Okay. I don't know what this guy's name is, but I've seen him around a lot doing stuff. So this, I don't know his name, I'm so sorry, but this is his skincare routine. Apparently it's questionable.
Okay, my skin routine is very simple. It's going to be a very easy video. I use a lot of water. I use sun to break out the pores, basically sweat the glands off. It creates a lot of sweat, creates dirt and stuff like that. But when you go inside, I say wait 20 minutes. After you wait 20 minutes, let your skin dry out of the sweat. Don't even clean it off with a towel or nothing. Don't irritate your pimples and all like that. Go in the shower, wash your face, and put as much water as you can on your face until it gets so squeaky clean. You don't have to use no $100 cream or $200 cream. Actually, they keep your pimples more alive. A lot of people say that's not true. But for me, it is I would not put no cream that's gonna dry up my skin, crack it, and then have more pimples coming through and stuff like that. Uh, happening before.
What did he say? I'm gonna have to watch that again. Okay, let's play it bit by bit.
Okay, my skin routine is very simple. It's gonna be a very easy video. I use a lot of water. I use sun to break out the pores, basically sweat the glands off.
So what he's saying is he will sunbathe, I'm guessing without sunscreen, and sweat in order to get gunk out in his face, I think he's saying.
It creates a lot of sweat creates dirt and stuff like that. But when you go inside, I say wait 20 minutes. After you wait 20 minutes, let your skin dry out of the sweat. Don't even clean it off with a towel or nothing. Don't irritate your pimples and like.
So let it dry, let your sweat dry. So usually I've heard a lot of dermatologists say that once you sweat, try and get that sweat off you as soon as possible because it can cause further breakouts, it can cause a lot of clogged pores, blackheads, all that kind of stuff. So really you don't want to let it dry, you want to get that sweat off you as soon as possible. What he's doing here is a very long facial steam, which is not necessarily true that steaming opens your pores, gunk falls out and you can rinse it away. It makes it easier to cleanse within the pores, but not just by using water, as he says.
Go in the shower and wash your face and put as much water as you can on your face until it gets so squeaky clean. You don't have to use no $100 cream or $200 cream.
True.
Actually, they keep your pimples more alive.
That's not true. It completely depends what you're using and personal experience. So there will be moisturizers and products that are great for helping fight breakouts, as opposed to keeping them alive. Like, your aim isn't to kill them. It's just kind of like care for them while they're there and use the right products to help them move on. And that's I don't know where that's came from. He's obviously had a bad experience with a product that his skin didn't quite like and means to break out more.
That's not true. But for me, it is I would not put no cream that's gonna dry up my skin, crack it, and then have more pimples coming through. So
That's fair enough. He's right. Like you don't want to be drying out your skin. A cream shouldn't be drying out your skin anyway. A cream should be giving adequate enough hydration and moisturization, depending on what that cream is. But pretty much the worst thing you can do for your skin when you have breakouts is dry it out. This is why I don't like spot treatments because not only will it dry out my spot, but I will end up with, a dark spot left over from that spot, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So, excuse me. So yeah, he's right, but not in a lot of that. It's just about finding skincare that works for you. I can guarantee that he goes out in the sun without sunscreen, sweats his pores, sweats his glands. All that sweat can be causing breakouts. So, do what he feels works for him, I guess. We have this bad baby now. This is her PM skincare routine. I was tagged in this, but I was looking through the comments because I always put it on mute and then so I don't see it. Then look at the comments, and it didn't. The comments weren't that bad. Like it doesn't. I feel like this isn't going to be terrible.
What's up, y'all? So I'm about to do a nighttime skincare routine. I think that my last one I did was a morning one, but now I'm gonna do a nighttime one. So first, I'm gonna put this little thing on, and I also added something that I don't think many people do. So I feel like we should put it.
Get your hair out your face when you're doing your skincare routine. Good. I do that with little Velcro patches. If you use a lot of product in your hair, it can get onto your skin. I don't know who this girl is, to be honest with you, but so far so good. We have one product, so that's easy.
So first I started scrubbing my face. This is just a clean scrub, but I use this twice a day, and I use this twice a day for 45 seconds. So I'm gonna do that in a minute. Also, just to show y'all, I just do like this in circular motions. Don't mind my eyelashes, y'all. I know I really need to get them done, but
Do correct me if I'm wrong, but they're for your body. They're really, really, really harsh. They are tough. They are not tough like you get them. They go on your arms and you see your skin, like the dirt and stuff peeling off. I'm not your skin, but like dead skin, dirt, or sebum rolling off your skin. And no, I don't think they're for your face. I don't think they're supposed to be for your face. Like I would really cut myself using this. That's how harsh they can be. Twice a day. Twice a day. This can really damage your skin.
I'm procrastinating so much. So I'm just removing the rest of that soap out of my face. I had a little scab that came off. But it's also
Just bleeding. Just like when you cleanse, or even when you exfoliate, even with the right physical exfoliant, you should be able to rip scabs off your face. You should be able to interrupt that healing process of your skin. That's not surprising, actually. That's not surprising. I know it's. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna scrub tonight because I scrub every other night. I know some people might not agree with that, but that's what my facial lady told me.
I think she said she did it more than twice a day. I mean, she did cleanse twice a day.
But this is the scrub that I use, and I would just like leave my face wash on and then just start scrubbing over it. And then just rub it out.
So that first step is an exfoliation step for her. It's a cleansing step, and then she uses an exfoliator every other day.
I want to see if it was house to remove. Like at first I do with water, but I just put something into it. I don't know why I feel like this. Then I use this toner on a cotton ball, and I don't usually do like.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like she's buying medical grade skincare, or like the kind of skincare that get estheticians, kind of places, dermatologists, places where they kind of push the this is medical grade, like this is professional expert skincare, or it's just a brand I'm not familiar with.
All of my face. I only do all of my face like twice a week. I just focus on like the main areas that need it.
I mean, really, I'm worried that that's a chemical exfoliant because when I was like trying to look, I swear I saw percent sign, maybe not. But if she's doing that, I'm guessing her facialist, whoever's giving her this stuff, has said you only need toner in certain areas because it's a chemical exfoliant. Toner is a hydrating step. There's no reason why your skin wouldn't need it. Hydrating serum, so hyaluronic acid serum.
Then I spot treat with this right here.
Peroxide? Treatment lotion.
Treat with this right here, and I just do this in there. I don't know how to wear it. And down here. Sometimes I have to put like over here because I get pimples, but I just have scabs now. Not scabs, but scars now. Then I go with this moisturizer. Alright, now that I'm covered in water, y'all. Yeah, I really use the secret that I got to show y'all. I don't even know if it's really a secret. Some people might use it. I didn't know you could use it. I never thought to use it on my face, but I literally just put like wherever I have.
Neosporin, what's that? Neosporin. Germany antiseptic cream. Yeah, it's Germany here in the UK. So that's what you put on like cuts and grazes. So it's like an antibacterial thing, right? So yeah, Neosporin and antibiotics that kill bacteria on your skin. Fine, minor cuts and stuff. To be honest with you, I don't see why this is an issue because it's not drying in any way. However, it's not linked to causing acne causing bacteria. So maybe where she's cutting herself up, it's good for her skin. But look at the ingredients, got some moisturizing properties in there. It can help a little bit with irritation. It can help heal damaged skin. So I honestly don't think that's the worst thing. It's fine.
Like scabs. I just put it over it.
I mean, that's what it's for. But you can cut your face in the first place. You would have to use it.
And it literally like literally, but tomorrow I'll already see it. So there's my nighttime skincare routine. I'm not telling you to buy these products. I don't care if you like them, I don't care if you don't. It's just what I use. And they're actually really not expensive. I actually like these products more than I like my old.
Good for her. Now, clearly really works for her. I mean, I can't really see her skin from there. There's a few bits that I would change out. Like if I was doing her skin, I'm not a licensed anything. I pretty tell her not to scrub every morning and night with that mitt, with that like the bath mitt kind of thing. I couldn't, to be honest with you, I couldn't see what the other products are. I tried to Google them. Can't really see what they are at all. I'm guessing, as I said, it's an American esthetician kind of brand. Not the worst. I feel like I used to use like something like Neosporin, like Germany. What's the other one that you use in your tattoos? The Panthin. When I was younger, when I was a teenager, and I had really acne-prone skin, I would like pick my spots and stuff. I swear I would use that on my skin, and it worked really, really well. But it has got those skin kind of like properties in antibacterial properties for wounds, basically. So not acne, it's not going to heal acne because it's not that kind of thing. But interesting. I think that was interesting. Okay, that's it for today. They weren't as bad as I thought they were going to be. I love TikTok for that over the top product usage, those crazy routines with the noises and that, like, all that shit. I love it. I absolutely love it. Keep tagging me over on TikTok. I'm going to try and be a bit more active on there in the new year. But you can watch some more TikTok related content here and some general life entertainment here. And I'll see you over there.
Proposition 132 ends majority rule in Arizona, allowing just 41% of voters to block funding for firefighters, schools, even nursing homes. Protect our freedom to determine our future. Vote no on 132.
I just smashed my face in the door. It's my birthday. And everybody left me. I'm having a nervous breakdown. Safe on the computer. I don't want to be here. Looking all professional like with my collared button-down shirt. And that's because we are about to hit my 5-year anniversary of the first time I ever quit YouTube to work another job. It was in 2017, and it was in VR, and I was a convenience store clerk. Oh, no! Please, no, 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 no! I did not pick this up on the floor. This was, in my pants. And I mean, I was so good at that job that it landed me all these other jobs that you've seen over the past 5 years. But now today, I am returning to my convenience store job because I was hired once again, as you can see, by Chilla's Art. You know, the people that hired me last week to work in a Japanese bathhouse and hired me a few months back to be a coffee shop barista. And I did so good at those jobs that they hired me to work their Japanese convenience store. Also, if you're very confused by why there's a giant skeleton behind me, you didn't see yesterday's video. Jeremy. It's in the description below. Go see why he's actually behind me. And it kind of freaks me out that he's behind me. So if at any point you guys notice in my face cam that, he moves somehow, please leave me a comment and let me know. So I know whether to, he's listening, but burn my house down with him inside. Hopefully he does not move. You hear that, Jeremy? Don't move. Stay right where you are. Leave a like if you don't want Jeremy to attack me. Does that please you, Jeremy? If they leave likes, will you not come for me? I hope so. We'll see. It's time. Ready for it? Ready? Let's feeling? Be doing all right. Our bed is adorable. Dark outside. Work though, right? Doesn't matter. I'm needed. Like, why are you not turning the lights on? Now it's like real life. I'm gonna burn this place down, or what's happening? Am I supposed to do something? Oh, I just want to go to my job. Nobody ever. I don't want to be home anymore. I want to go to work. Why do I always get hired for the night shift? I don't understand. Where are you? Why do I always get picked for the night shift? I hate the job. I am so incredibly lost. Help! Well, if I was going to get murdered, it would have happened by now, I think. Into a void. The void to my job! Lights and nice music. Hello! It's my first day. Oh, God, you made it. I know. I didn't think I would either. Oh, no, it's just that I recently heard someone had fell off the bridge you just crossed. I didn't do it. There was an old lady that said that she saw a man walking down the street with his legs completely bent the other way. If only this was a true story. You'd be messing with me about first date. Ah! Oh, you flirting. You flirting with me? Oh, I should not have played this game. Hungry. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, ramen. Oh, snacks. Oh, snacks. I'm so hungry right now. So, pasta. No, I'm fine. What other food we need on? Sorry. Well, Red, why don't you nobody told me about this game? Summer expired. I don't care. Oh, he's looking at me. He's checking me out. You know what the way to my heart is, sir? Just buy me a bunch of this. All right, I guess it's time to clock in for my first shift. Why is everything a maze? Is this police caution thing? What's that about? Hey, if somebody's working back there, can you let me know how I'm supposed to start my first shift? Oh, Mr. Captain, yes. Why didn't you tell me? You wanted me to look stupid, didn't you? Dang you! I'm gonna get employee of the month position. Yeah. What's this? I think some food are expired by the time you start your shift. Can you take them off the shelves for me? You're a manager. Sure thing. Use CCTV. Sure. Oh, I feel safe and secure. Oh, what? Oh, he just left me. It's my first day. Why did you leave me? I don't know what I'm doing. Customer! How do I get out? How do I get out? Ah! I'm stuck in the camera, sir. Sir, don't steal anything. Ow. Just slammed my face into the door. No big deal. Nose is broken. Hello, sir. And my nose starts bleeding. It's because I just smashed my face in the door. It's my first day. And everybody left me. I'm having a nervous breakdown. Why didn't you buy bread? Did you not see our glorious bread aisle? Let me scan your items, sir. Scan your items, sir. You put your items on the counter. What do I do with this? Oh, what? Japan convenience stores are so advanced. Time to go stare at the bread. Oh, there was expired bread. Here we go. I'm gonna take these back home. I don't care if they're expired. The food poisoning will be worth it. Oh, God. Don't steal anything. Oh, my God. How many people are coming in? It says I'm throwing this out, but I'm just storing it until I can grab it later. I'm throwing out bread. How many people just walked in? Hello? Oh, no. Did somebody steal something? Hello? I definitely heard the doors go multiple times, and there's nobody in the store. Wait, did somebody go to the bathroom? It's nice in here. Whoa! Oh, it's so fast. Oh, it's a bidet. Oh, hello? Hi. Kind of late for a delivery man at this time, huh? We've recently incorporated this system exclusively for convenience stores that are open late at night. That seems legit. Looks like this package is directly shipped to this store. Oh, and the name matches your tag. This is for you. That can't be good. What'd you just give me? What is this? take it home. Sure?
Former decorated police officer Tom O'Halloran's mission now is to serve and protect Arizona's. Tom O'Halloran is attempting to on corrupt politicians by banning members from trading stocks and working with both parties to lower costs
Okay.
for and seniors.
No one's really here. It's actually disappointing because I've been working hard for all these years. 2 years doing this gig. The videos are shorter because, well, I'm trying to get more people to watch, and that's probably the best way I could do for right now. I'm posting every single day, which I am gonna do. So when it's 1:27, I'm gonna leave because I can't be in a quiet room often. I got trauma, so I'm gonna say goodbye now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Likes, comment and subscribe. Tell your friends, and I will see you guys in my next video stream. Bye.